Hello everybody, and as usual, thank you very much for watching my video. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about the Mexican, or the Mexican 1912 bayonet. For those of you who have ever watched any of the St. Arsenal videos, you'll know that the Steyr Model 1912 Mauser was sold to Colombia, Chile, and Mexico. Chile had the biggest order. Colombia had the smallest actually shipped because of the war, only about 18,000 or so. And according to St. Arsenal, about 33,000 were shipped to Mexico. And so it's pretty difficult to find this one. There's usually a little bit of a higher price. I'm getting one for about $750. The Colombian Mausers, I think I've seen them for even higher than that. The 1912s, I've seen them higher for that because, again, as far as collectors go, they're a little bit more harder to get. All the other ones that they had bought under contract stayed in Austria because of World War One. But in particular here, we're going to talk about the bayonet. And these rifles and bayonets have interchangeable parts and bayonets because they were all the same, exactly the same, except for the crest. And so the bayonets themselves were the same thing except for a few markings. Now the Colombian and the Chilean would have markings clearly visible as far as I've been able to see. And this, of course, is a Chilean. And this, of course, is a Mexican. Now, as far as the Mexican, on the internet, I've seen pictures where it says República Mexicana. And, of course, this one has a serial number. Again, the Colombian also would have a crest like that. But the Mexican, I haven't been able to see any pictures on the internet or hear anybody say that the Mexican would have the Mexican crest on their bayonets. So that's what makes them a little bit different. Now, I've seen them with serial numbers in the back for the Mexican, but not for the Chilean or the Colombian. So there's kind of ways I guess you can tell which is which. And this is what I have here. This is going to be my Mexican. So you've got OEWG, but no other markings. And you've got serial numbers in the back. So you can see there, this guy is, alright, so I don't know if any of you do any serious research on serial numbers, but there you saw my serial number, so there you go. The scabbard itself has numbers here, has no numbers here, has no numbers, and because the scabbards are interchangeable and the Chilean Mausers and bayonets are so prevalent in the United States, it's very possible that this could be a Chilean, but they are interchangeable. So I really just can't tell you if this is actual Mexican or Chilean. I would doubt that it's Colombian. They're just kind of basically too rare. But this bayonet, I'm going to go ahead and claim and say that it is a Mexican bayonet. So let's go ahead and look at some of the features of these bayonets. So if you look at pictures, really good pictures of bayonets, these parts here can be very different. Not just the length or some of the other design, but it comes to Mausers, the height of the muzzle ring is actually different in different Mausers. So you can't just buy yourself a Mauser and then buy yourself a bayonet. You have to know which one you're talking about. This one actually sits on the front barrel band is the H style barrel band. The my 1910 Mexican Mauser, which I've done a video on, actually mounts on this old style 1893 style of bayonet lug. Alright, so this one here in the rifle wouldn't fit. This one here in the rifle, I think, doesn't even fit. Here we're talking 1912, and this is a style that you would use for the 1910. So already there's a huge difference. And so that's one way of telling, like I said, this part here. This book here, I highly recommend that you get one. It has a lot of really good pictures on a lot of the blades, colorized pictures. So that's pretty nice. So in any case, let's go ahead and measure. I'm going to go ahead and measure some things because since so many Mauser bayonets look the same, we're going to give you a little bit of measurements. So we're going to look at first of all, let's see the bottom here. As you can see, it's got a little bit square here. It's round, serial numbers on the back, and it's square at the bottom. Alright, some of them are more pointy than others. Like this one here has a much sharper point than the Chilean, Mexican, Colombian. And let me see here. Let's look at the wood, just to give you some idea. Oh, let's do millimeters. Okay, so from the top of the metal, it's going to be just under 7.5 centimeters. Okay, 7.5 centimeters. So that's 71, 2, 3, 4, about 74 millimeters. Okay, you're looking at about 74 millimeters in the top wood. So that should give you an idea, hopefully, if you're looking at one, if you stumble on one. Also, the angle is like this, while other Mauser angle styles are straight up and down. So that's another thing that can be a little bit confusing. So the bayonet itself is, we're looking at 25, or actually, let's look at 200, what is it, 25 centimeters plus 2 millimeters. Okay, so just a hair over. Oh no, wait. Oh, sorry, 25 centimeters on the nose. 25 centimeters on the nose. Okay, so if you're looking at that, 25 centimeters on the nose from the end here to the tip. The width of the bayonet is not that big a deal. They're all pretty much going to be the same, as far as I can tell you. 2.5 centimeters. Okay, we're looking at 2.5 centimeters right here. Right? Okay, hopefully you can see that. Like I said, mine says OWG, so hopefully that's any help that you might have needed for identifying a Mexican bayonet. You know, if you stumble onto a gun show or something, you never know what you have, right? It's pretty cool sometimes. Like my last video on my graws, I found a graw at a gun show, a 1914 graw, shooting the label ammunition for $300. And I literally saw one just last week on an auction house sell for about $1,100 or $1,200. That's insane. A Medford, a Lee Medford, you know what those are. I got one for $350 many years ago. I've never been able to see one for less than $1,200. And one just sold a couple days ago for about $1,200. Any case, if you know what you're looking at, you can get really lucky. And hopefully this video will help you a little bit.